Good morning and welcome back to Mojospresso, a caffeine-inspired shot of inspiration and perspective to help you on your Friday morning. A big shout out to the Colapinto family in San Clemente, California. And a big shout out to Alex Carey, our magnificent Australian cricketer, who together with Maxi had two fantastic centuries yesterday to get Australia home in the last of the one days. Good luck in the the IPL over in India. Alex, thanks for all your responses in terms of the preferred slogan. Embrace your weird and own your story were the two winners. And thanks very much for all your amazing responses to our masterclass on September the 29th. The feedback has been phenomenal, not just here, but also across Europe and the UK. We had a few questions about who our target market is for this masterclass. Our purpose is to inspire the world to learn how to be a good human first and a great athlete second on the journey to find confidence. But we define an athlete as anyone who loves to compete, have fun, and play. So you might be a student athlete, you might be a corporate athlete, you might be a professional athlete. And we define finding confidence or finding our mojo in three ways: self-confidence, confidence in our journey, and performance confidence. So if that fits one of your criteria, or you're feeling a bit stuck or lost or anxious or distracted, then maybe this masterclass is for you. And if it is, I look forward to seeing you on September the 29th. Okay, to today's theme, which is all around being a human being versus a human doing. Quite a few years ago, when I was working at Nike, there was a high-profile athlete who was lamenting to me that there's no such thing as fame school where you can learn to be famous. And that really struck a chord with me because the sports industry is this kind of Jerry Maguire, sales-infested, shark-orientated, commission-based, promise the world, deliver an atlas kind of environment. And it's really easy to get distracted if you get caught up in the persona of who you are versus the person of who you are. And then it dawned on me that there's no such thing as a human school where you can learn to be a good human first, because we've got to be a good human before we're a great professional. Yeah, we've got to be a human being before we're a human doing. Yeah, we've got to be versus doing. But the world has conspired against this theme. And coming out the other side of the pandemic, there's a huge opportunity here to reframe the narrative from seeing doing versus being. And it happens at a really young age. At school, is set up this way. We win a race, we get a blue ribbon. Yeah, we go well at our tests, we get an A. Yeah, we get compared and ranked on this bell curve, and we're comparing ourselves with each other. It's the same when we get into the workforce. We're more productive, we get paid more. We achieve more things, we get promoted. We get recognized for our achievement, and it makes us feel significant. But it's us about if this significance, right, our self-worth comes from doing, because then our self-worth will be based on results, yeah, winning and losing. But that's screwed up as well, because we can't control results, because we can't control the things we can't control that goes into results. We can't control the competitors, we can't control what's on the exam, we can't control pandemics. And then this creates all these awful expectations on our self-worth that we can't control, right, which causes all this anxiety. Now you overlay that construct with what's happening to the universe with technology, yeah, and this technology revolution which has created this information revolution that the world hasn't seen before, driven by data and the internet. So there's so many data, big data, there's reports, there's so many meetings, there's so many emails. And before the pandemic, if I asked anyone how they're feeling, they'd say they're busy, yeah? Now, remember this, busy is not an emotion. Busy is an addiction. And if you're addicted to being busy, more often than not, it's because we want to numb some aspect, yeah? And instead of confronting ourselves, it's convenient for us to just be distracted into how busy we're being, right? It's a great way to hide away. In fact, busy is the ultimate hiding place for denying who we are or denying who we want to be. And because we've all got caught up in this, the tail is now wagging the dog. So you go into a cafe And everyone is looking down. No one's looking up. Everyone's down on their phones. So I've got to do that as well. Yeah? Or I've got to spend more hours at the office in this presenteeism, certainly before the pandemic. Or I've got to check my emails after hours. And I've got to make sure that my phone and my laptop is close by me in a technology sense. Please remember this. The biggest lie on the planet right now is we need to do more, we will be more. Yeah? It's the biggest lie on the planet right now. If we do more, we will be more. And the reason it's the biggest freaking lie on the planet is because you have to do something in order to be someone. You'll never be fulfilled. You'll never be satisfied because you've got to do something. Yeah? So you'll never feel enough. You'll never be content. You'll never be at peace until you do whatever it is you think you've got to do in order to be enough. Yeah? We can't find self-worth externally in doing. We can only find it internally in being. Yeah? If we go external for doing, if we go external for our self-worth, we'll get caught up in external things, extrinsic motivations. Yeah? How much money have I got? Yeah, what's my status in organisations or amongst my mates or within a company? And then we start craving recognition or what people are thinking about us or saying about me because we want others to give us what we're not prepared to give ourselves. Yeah, and that's unconditional love because our love is conditional on doing something. Yeah, so you'll always be searching, you'll always be grasping, and you'll never be enough if we're focused on doing in order to be someone. The antidote to this is quite simply to be. Yeah, to be present, to be kind, to be compassionate, to be enough, to be here now. And please know this, the only difference between people who have wholehearted and fulfilled lives and those who don't is those who have those things believe they're worthy of it. Yeah, they believe they're enough. It's a fundamental belief system based on simply being worthy, being enough. And from that place, that means whatever you achieve today or don't achieve today, you are worthy, you are enough. Whatever you do this week or this month or this year or don't do this week or this month, this year, you are already enough. Yeah, it's a fundamental belief. Then we can start going after our goals and our dreams. Yeah, we're all balancing courage with consideration, have the courage to go after those goals and those dreams, but without any additional pressure or expectation of overlaying our self-worth with the outcome. Yeah, we can just be our authentic selves. We can become human beings, not human doings. Yeah, maybe shift from to-do lists in the morning to stop doing lists, or even better, yeah, maybe shift from to-do lists and start to-be lists. Yeah, seriously, right after this episode, just think about writing a to-be list. Yeah, and it might be, instead of what you want to focus on being this particular day, it might be just to be more present, which lets go of the past and future anxieties. It might be to be more grateful and focusing on what we've got rather than bitching and moaning for what we haven't got. It might be to be more focused on the things I can control, or it might be to be more accepting of the things I can't control, or be more objective rather than these opinions and judgments on whether something is good or bad and catastrophizing my world, just to be more objective. Once you've implemented that to-be list, then you can go after your to-do list. And in this way, doing will come from being, yeah, from our intrinsic motivations, and we won't be so obsessed by extrinsic motivations as a substitute for our self-worth. If we continue to say busy when someone says, "How are you?" we're continuing to manifest this myth that being busy is a good thing or a status thing or gives our life meaning, when it's actually quite sad. It's actually a disease. It's an addiction. Yeah, and we're all hiding behind it. So the next time someone says, "How are you?" think about your answer. In fact, leave me a comment of what kind of answer you'd love to say, because everyone in the world coming out of this pandemic is telling me that they think this is what the world is trying to tell us. Yeah, to slow down, to be more present, to be kind, to be compassionate, and not find our self-worth with having to do something or achieve something. To do less and be more. Okay, that's it for another episode of Mojospresso. As always, thank you so much for your comments and feedback. And if there's a topic you want to discuss, definitely shoot it to us. And hopefully I'll see most of you on September